All right. So anytime there is a theoretical discussion on the topic of ending existence, one of the things that come up a lot is the subject of morality. And really, the only thing I can say to that is that existence itself is amoral. And people have a hard time dealing with this. They have a hard time accepting that. They want to implore their humanity and their morality over the situation of the cosmos and over the universe. They have these ideas of universal principles of morality and goodness and justice and fairness and all these things. And really, it's simply a way of coping with the fact that none of that is the standard for existence. And the reason I can say that is because if you look at nature, honestly, just look at nature. Nature tells you everything you need to know about this system and how it operates. Nature does not give a shit about a single fling of human morality. Everything that humans hate morally is taking place right now, every single day in nature. Every single day in nature, nature's processes are doing things that would offend against the morals of every human being alive. And it does not care. It does not. Reality revolves around survival, and the battle for survival is shitty. And people have not come to that conclusion, which is why they want to continue carrying on this existence and carrying on consciousness because they haven't fully come to the understanding of what it is. It is very brutal. It is very uncaring. You live in a jungle, whether you realize it or not, and the societies that we've built as human beings is only a temporary shield from that realization. It's there to hide you, to distract you, to kind of shelter you from the fact that you live in the wild. And this has been the case for all of human existence. This nature, this primal nature that is within man, this nature that is permeated in every living thing on this planet. It is all about the battle of survival. And survival is not just about what you're going to eat and where you're going to sleep. There are other aspects that fall into that. How you occupy your time, what you do, what you chase after, the things you seek. All of this comes from the drive of survival and is packaged into it. And nature genuinely doesn't give a flying fuck how you spend your day or what you do. It does not care. It does not care because everything that humans hate in terms of actions, in terms of the things that drive people, the desires, the things that we see in the world, the violence, the greed, etc., all of this comes from nature. It is not unnatural to see this. If you look at the animal kingdom, and people often go and say, oh, well, you don't see animals tearing each other apart. That lets me know you don't really pay attention to animals. Okay? There are various species of animals who torment other creatures purely for fun. I'm looking at the dolphins. if you if you know anything about dolphins and penguins, you know where I'm going with that. Oh, and also ducks. Apparently, ducks are terrible fucking creatures. Uh, so it is in multiple species. It is in humanity. It is in the underlying current of reality itself, wherever the battle of survival is taking place. That drive, that conscious drive of survival, these primal impulses, the literal game of predator and prey, which is in everyday life taking place, in everyday life, in every aspect of society, even. Where they dress it up behind suit and ties, you still have the predatory system everywhere, especially in corporate industries, jobs, hierarchies of every sort. It's always about that kind of dominance and submissive power play. It's always about someone being at the top, someone being at the bottom. It's always predator or prey in every aspect of it. So the whole thing is telling you to your face blatantly that there is a predatory current to reality, to life. And people don't want to acknowledge that because it spoils the ideas of safety and stability that they've been fed by their society. And the only reason society gave you that is because it wants you to continue to behave like a good, decent human animal, so that you are always at the low end of that totem pole, so that you don't become the predator hunting the other predators and competing with them. You see, so it's always a system of control. It's always a system of enslavement, servitude, bondage, predation on all sorts of levels. And all of this comes from straight from the survival drive. Straight from the survival drive. And the good people, quote unquote good people, are only that way because they've been trained to be well-behaved, docile animals in the cage. Because furious animals get out and break shit. They don't want that to happen. They don't want that to happen. That's why they've given you these stale, castrated moralities that keep you in line so that you don't do anything that challenges the structure of power over you. Okay. It's always about control. And these mechanisms are very old in terms of how they've, evolved over time. But the template is there. All of that to say that reality is just amoral. And how you feel about anything at any given time here really doesn't matter. And I had to find that out the hard way. I really did. I remember years ago, just this particular day, I was reading something on the news, and I remember breaking down crying. And I cried and cried and cried. And I cried so much that my eyes felt like they were burning. And I remember asking myself, why the fuck is the world this way? It shouldn't be this way. It shouldn't, how could this happen? How could this be allowed to take place? And where are all the good people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just, when you are exposed to the raw nature of existence, when you finally get it, that nature doesn't give a fuck how much you cry. It doesn't care how much you think something is wrong. If it's in nature's will that something happens, it's going to happen because nature orchestrated it that way. Nature is brutal. Nature is uncaring. Which is why I don't understand how anyone could get upset with the idea of destroying nature. I don't get it. How could anyone understanding this entire situation, everything I just described, how could anyone understanding that predicament that we all find ourselves in be upset with the idea of getting rid of it? Oh, it's just not right. Nothing here is right. Nothing here ever was right. Existence isn't right. Existence is full of suffering, shitty things going on all the time, every day. No one gives a fuck. Nature doesn't give a fuck. The world goes on and on. I swear to you, you could read the most heinous shit in a day. And guess what? The very next day, regardless of how you feel about it, it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. Everything that you hate morally not only happens today, it's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen the next day after that, somewhere. And this is going to keep happening as long as this shit exists. And that's the part that no one wants to look in the fucking face and be honest about. You have to be honest about it. Because if you're not honest about it, you'll never come to the right conclusion about it. You'll never come to the right conclusion and understanding that all of this shit needs to fucking go up in smoke. It has to go. There is no nice way to settle this. There is no happy ending that can be achieved where we all sing kumbaya and all the animals behave nicely and all the predatory things in nature die off and never come back again and this all stops and ends. None of that is going to happen with this mentality of hippie kumbaya, let's all love each other nonsense. That doesn't do anything, and I hate to say that. Believe me when I tell you, I used to be I used to wear my fucking heart on the sleeve, and I got it ripped every single fucking time until I built up a goddamn tough skin and realized honestly what the fuck is happening here. And so long as people don't realize what's happening here, they're just going to keep fucking suffering because they don't ever get it. It doesn't snap to them what they're in. You're not in a pleasant, good, happy place. This shit should not exist. It's a horror show. Every day is a fucking horror show for somebody. Every single fucking day, there is pain, misery, sorrow, and it's going to keep doing that so long as there is something here to keep it going. So even when you discuss the theoretical topic of getting rid of all life, extinction, pro-extinctionism, and you look at that and you still get upset about that, ask yourself why. Really sit down and think about why that makes you upset. Why does it upset you to think about the world being brought to an end? Why does it upset you, the idea of getting toward an extinction event? What are you upset about? If you really understand what's happening here, why does that? If anything, it should be the opposite effect. If anything, understanding the shit show happening here should make you want to get rid of this shit. You should absolutely love the idea that other people are already thinking this exact thought, that this shit needs to go up in fucking flames and smoke and never rise again. That should give you some kind of relief because you understand that other people have woken up to this shit show and realized what needs to be done about it, what should be done about it. And none of the answers are peaceful. None of the answers are pleasant. Right now, you have a world that is going towards technocratic authoritarianism in the worst ways possible, with AI surveillance everywhere and crackdowns on various types of freedoms, etc., etc. And the world is only getting worse, and they're telling you to your face, it's only going to get worse for everybody. And yet, it's such an upsetting idea to you that everything should just go extinct, that everything should just be done away with. It's so upsetting to hear someone say that this shit needs to go, that nothing should be left. If I had it my way and I could press that button, and I know a lot of people talk about theoretical red button, but when I talk about it, I mean it. If there was literally in front of me right now a red button that I could press to eliminate life itself at every level, I would press that button. No hesitation. And I really do mean that. Because I understand what's here, what's happening. And so long as it's here, it's going to keep happening. I mean, it's just absurd to me that people can't even think about these theoreticals. They won't even think about it without being upset. Oh, that's so evil. That's so terrible. How could you want the world to just burn up? How could you want life to end? That's just so horrible. And yet, every single day, life is doing all the shit that you say you hate constantly. This is why I don't think people really hate the world the way they say they do. I really don't believe that they do. I don't believe people hate the world. I think that they just hate their place in it. That's all. I don't think they really hate the world. Because you know what most people do when they hear some horrible shit on the news? Oh, that's so sad. Anyway, what I'm having for dinner? Oh, when is the next basketball game on at 7? And you know what? It keeps on that cycle. How many times have people sat in front of a fucking television and heard the horrible, shitty fucking news of some heinous shit and go right back to doing the same exact things that they did before? They don't really hate the fucking world. They don't really hate it. They have no real problem with it so long as they're comfortable in it. And that's the real key. That's the real problem. People are extremely comfortable in this hellscape of a world. But the moment those comforts leave, then they'll have to understand that it's not so pleasant. And that time might come sooner than most people think. If the trajectories are correct, regarding civilizational collapse that is apparently incoming and could be here very soon, depending on who you listen to. That's going to be a very bad day for most people. They're going to wake up to the reality of the world around them, and they're not going to fucking like it. They're going to lose their minds having to stare at the reality of the shit show that they are in. But hopefully then they'll understand why it needs to go. And why it should just let the whole fucking thing burn up and don't even bother trying to put the fire out. That's another thing that makes me laugh. These people, oh, well, we just need a civilizational collapse and then we can rebuild from the ashes. How many times have people tried to do that? Only to end up right back where they started. This is a problem with humanity. This is a problem with life, with intelligence. Peace, lasting peace is impossible with biological beings. It's not possible. It just isn't possible. Somewhere along the line, the same shit's going to repeat itself. Cycles repeating itself over and over. Destruction, rebuild, destruction, rebuild, destruction, rebuild. Nobody's tried to just, hey, destroy fucking everything and leave it alone. Nobody's tried that part yet. That hasn't been tried yet. How about we just burn the whole fucking shitty concentration camp down and let it stay burned? Let's not build it back up because we know what that leads to. Oh, but that's just too radical. Oh, that's radical. Oh, that's evil. Oh, you need to be watched. Oh, that's terrible. How could you say something? I fucking hate humans. I hate this species. Can't be honest. Can't look at shit truthfully. And the moment somebody points out the real shit show happening here, that person becomes the enemy number one. It's so fucking stupid. Hanging on to fucking scraps. Fucking scraps. Cheap fucking thrills that you're going to have to keep repeating over and over and over again ad nauseum until you get sick, old, and fucking die. But that's the good things. That's the good things in life. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Hey, you know what? Even if you want to use me as an example, fine, fuck it. Let's use me as an example. You hate evil, right? You think I'm evil. Wouldn't you want the world to be rid of people like me, who you think are evil? Wouldn't you? Here I am saying that I think that the whole fucking world should go extinct. That the earth should be a lifeless rock. And according to you, that's an evil thought to have. That's horribly evil. But has it occurred to you that so long as this shit show keeps happening, more people like me are going to keep being born to say the same shit over and over again? I'm not the first. I won't be the last so long as the earth exists. Unfortunately. And I hate that, by the way. I'm not at all excited about that. I'm not excited to know that if this shit keeps going, there are going to be more people like me who come here to wake up to the same fucking conclusion and find themselves in a field full of fucking zombies and slaves who see nothing wrong with it and who are going to ostracize and ridicule them and call them evil for having the fucking sense to realize it's a shit show that shouldn't even exist. I hate knowing that's going to happen. And I can imagine that all those wise minds those years before, going all the way back to Schopenhauer and Peter Wessels Aff and Choran and Julio Cabrera, Albert Caracol, all these guys warning people about the nature of the fucking reality that we inhabit, begging them to put a stop to it, begging them to try not to continue breeding more of it into existence. What happened? They were ostracized by their societies. People hated them. And guess what? Every generation has had more people born who had the exact same thought, just like they did, the exact same awareness, just like they did. Somebody has to scream the shit from the rooftops. It's not a pleasant game. It's not a pleasant game. There is no happy ending to it. And people forget that we're all going to die. I think that's another thing that people don't understand. Every single one of us is going to die. No changing that. Although the AI technocrats, they're trying to work on that. They very much so want to change that. They want to get it to the point where you're living as long as you possibly can as a fucking cyborg slave. So they're going to try to put their best foot forward to make sure that you don't die anytime soon. Is that really what you want? That's the world you want to bring more people into? That's the world you want to survive? That's the world you want to continue? The world ruled by these motherfuckers? Because right now they rule the world. And their agenda is far fucking worse than letting the world go up in smoke and flames and ending it. Any of you ever played Quake, the Quake games? If you want to look at the future, I'm going to leave you at this note. If you want to look at the future that the AI psychopaths have planned for existence, look at the Strogg in the Quake games. That's the future. That's the fucking technocratic dystopia that they have planned. The fucking Strogg, the Borg, whatever name you want to put to it. Humanity is running out of time very fast. And unfortunately, I don't see any I don't see people waking up to the reality of the shit show fast enough. But I hope they do. I hope if you listen to this, I hope that you finally realize that none of this should be here. I hope you realize that for as long as it continues, so too will all the pain and suffering in it. And I hope you realize that's a good reason to want to end it. A very good reason. Just something to think about.